special edition of Table Talk, hashtag Table Talk. What you do is get a question, make it good, and if you do think of a good question, submit it either on Twitter using the hashtag Table Talk or on Reddit, which is reddit.com/r/SourceFed. The questions go in the bowl, and we answer them. This is a very special Table Talk. Hello there, M. Night Shyamalan.
How are you?
I'm very well, how are you?
I'm a little mesmerized by that whole thing you just did.
It just rolled out.
That was incredible. It was like speaking in tongues or something.
It was parcel tongue. What?
I don't know what you're saying.
It's a Harry Potter joke that made no sense to anyone ever.
It was slightly off, but the intention was correct.
Thank you.
So we gave you the pity chuckle.
I do actually have a really good parcel tongue joke, and it's probably the funniest thing I've ever said in my life.
Digging deeper, but let's keep going. Let's go there.
I don't even know if I can say this because it's really gross. But
Perfect.
You know,
Is this a long story?
no, it's quick,
Okay,
but
let's check.
you'll definitely judge me for it. And once I've said it, I can't unsay it.
Okay.
You know what parcel tongue is? It's where you communicate with snakes, and it has like this kind of sound effect. Well, sometimes if you need to go to the toilet, and it's definitely a number 2, that you will make a fart that has that kind of sound, and it will sound like parcel tongue. It's then called poosel tongue. That's me. I have to go because I
Wow! That's the weirdest first 2 minutes of this show anytime we've ever had a guest.
Poosel tongue.
It's really, there are moments in your career
I really
where
respect you, by the way.
realize how low you've gotten, and
I gave myself like 7 times to back out.
It's a grounding kind of thing. I tried to bail you out. I said, don't go there. I knew this is where we're going, but it's good. It's all good. It's all
See,
good.
you're
We'll build the career up now. We'll start all over again.
You are incredible.
Thank you.
You've done many esteemed things, and I've just kind of soiled this entire conversation.
Literally.
But do you want to jump in there? Who's going to fire me?
I'm gonna reach in this bowl, right?
Yeah,
So,
pull out a question. It's just that it was actually one of the funniest things I've ever said, and I laughed for about 2 days.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh.
All right.
I was so proud of that.
And would you like me to read this
Yes.
out loud?
You don't have to do all the ads, but
You don't do any of the ads. Okay. Do you?
Who's this one from, though?
Gunnar Kelp.
Yeah, okay.
Gunnar Kelp. All right, Gunnar. Do you believe in the supernatural? If so, have you ever experienced anything supernatural? I have a light belief. There's something more out there. The only thing I can claim that was even close, when I was a kid, I was playing football with my friend in the front yard. We live in Pennsylvania, and everything's hundreds and hundreds of years old. And his particular house, supposedly George Washington stayed there. The ball went into the bushes. He crawls into the bushes. I turn around, and his sister's in the attic window, and she's just standing there. And I go, hi. I'm like 12. So I'm like, hey. And she doesn't wave back. She's just standing there. And then he comes crawling out of the bushes, and then I say, your sister's in the attic. And he goes, my sister's in Boston. She's not, no one's in the house. And I'm like, your sister's in the attic. And I said, there was a lady that looked like your sister standing in the window. And he's like, no one is in the house. It's just you and I. And I was like, I'm calling my mom. I'm leaving.
I'm done.
I never stayed over there again. So, look.
Was she dead, though? Or she was just...
No, she was just out of town.
I'm in my head. I'm my own
You thought she
person.
died or something. No, but the correlation was, I actually intuitively felt like it wasn't his sister, but it had to be. Because there's nobody else that age range and with the kind of length hair. But actually, in reality, it was a darker hair than his sister.
And how old were you at this time?
About 12.
12.
About 12. But that family completely believed that there were ghosts everywhere in that house. So
They said children are more susceptible to seeing ghosts.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do they say that in real life, or is it just a movie thing?
No, it's a thing.
Yeah?
For real.
Okay.
Yeah. For real.
Because I personally don't believe in any of it. Like when I watch a movie or like anything that after I was 18, the ghost stuff didn't scare me as much. The home intruder, the guy
Getting
going crazy.
violated. Stuff,
Yeah, because it's just it feels like that could be always around the corner.
Yeah.
But I haven't bought a creepy doll and brought it home in a long time. No, calm down. You're okay. Maud has a fear of.
I've
puppets
discovered
and
it's
stuff.
animatonophobia. And that is the fear of, and it's a legit phobia that only just recently came about, but I have the fear of inanimate objects coming to life.
Ah.
I think you wrote the Wikipedia article on
Wow,
it.
yeah.
You were like, this is a
Foremost
thing.
authority.
I would have done something that I could actually pronounce. I had to sit there for 40 minutes going animatonophobia. So now I've got it down.
That's funny.
But yeah, so if a dummy or something was someone was pretending to be one and then all of a sudden jumped out at me,
That's your nightmare.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
that would be so bad.
Do you believe in the supernatural at all?
I kind of want to. I'm so fascinated by ghost stories, and I remember I covered the movie The Conjuring, and I had to watch it, and I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
But I was speaking to the woman who was actually one of the girls in the house, because it's based on a true story.
Yeah.
And she's now, I think, in her 60s or so, but she was just a girl when it happened. And she still is so convinced that all of that happened. Her mum was completely taken over by a spirit, an evil spirit, and she told me that when they were driving away, same thing. They saw the spirit in the window looking out. There's so many things that, it can't be a coincidence anymore. Like the same stories are happening, and the same things are happening over and over again, and
I don't know.
there's like
He's not buying
there's
it.
a
But
science
the
behind
theory
it.
though is if you're not looking at it with the right eyes, like I'm probably somewhere in between you
Right.
guys, that you won't see it.
Yeah, I want to be open to it, right? Because if I'm not open to it, then I'm saying that I understand all things.
But
which
I find that the most cynical people are the ones that want to believe it the most. So it means more to you than to her and to me.
Okay, yeah.
And so
I
it
can
just
see that.
can't be. It would like change your whole outlook if you knew for sure. It's just too meaningful. So you're like, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna not believe in that.
But
You
do
don't want to
you-
get hurt, basically.
Are you a very
It's
empathetic
gonna be all right.
person
Thank
though? Because they say, well, I've had someone say to me, you either connect really well with the living or the dead. So some people kind of have that access and they can see ghosts and like that's something that they experience. But other people, nothing, shut off. And I've never really seen one.
A dead person? Is that what you're saying? Or a ghost?
I've never seen dead people.
Either of the situations.
Well, yeah. I maybe it's because in my life I haven't had like a lot of death around me. Are you okay?
Sorry,
At any point, she might just
She's still-
make a break for the window.
I think that the fart story is still lingering in
I
there.
tried to not say it and then I realized it was, I had
You're
to just
still recovering from that
Just
follow
stumble.
the path.
Yeah, I admire your courage, though.
Thank you.
Perfect, Maud. Here, jump in.
All right.
But I want to know more ghost stories. If anyone's got ghost stories.
Oh, yeah,
throw
actually,
my
yeah.
way. Did you fire your question?
Oh,
This is the best part.
This
Sorry.
is your house. I
So
don't know
you
what I'm
crumple-
supposed to do. I'm
you-
just visiting India. I
you
don't know.
crumple it up. I don't want to
Oh, I
mess it up.
crumple this up.
And then you're gonna put it here. You're gonna aim for this camera.
Wait, I'm supposed to put a piece of paper,
Crumple it.
crumple
So it
like
turns
a
into
ball.
like a ball.
Okay, all right.
And then you're gonna want one hand here.
Okay.
You're gonna want to put the paper here, and then fire it.
And is there some technique that you can?
Oh, definitely don't ask us. We're
we've
the only
never
two
hit it.
people not in the
Am I
book.
supposed to? Oh my god.
Test it out a little bit.
Yeah, get a
Yeah.
little sense of that. Okay, this is not gonna work.
I'm really hoping it hits Ricky in the face.
That would be nice.
Do you get extra credit?
Yeah.
Oh, whoa!
I'm just too strong.
That's
Just too strong. Wow. Okay.
The finger dexterity.
adjust
That's what we
it.
learned.
I think
Oh, you can adjust the height of it too.
You know what? I'm gonna have you shoot every single one.
Yeah, until we get
Because
it.
I'm just hoping for you. All right. So what do we have now?
Mitchell Willoughby on Twitter has said, if you could reboot
Yep.
Reboot.
It all works.
any TV show into a movie, which would it be and who would play the lead role? So rebooting, I've never said reboot before as well.
Reboot.
Yeah. Any TV show into a movie. What TV shows did you kind of, I don't know, watch growing up? What was your jam?
I'm trying to think about. I mean, I guess we're at Comic-Con, so The Incredible Hulk.
Okay.
That was a good one. Lou Ferrigno.
Right.
That was playing in the restaurant the other day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it was just like looking back, it looked so tacky but still wonderful.
Really cool, right? It
Oh.
was just like, because he's constantly, this dude every week was in a physical jeopardy. Like, how bad is this guy's luck? He's just constantly like about to die, everything. It seems like, I mean, in our lifetime, maybe once or twice we'll get into a physical jeopardy, but every week he was
Yeah,
in physical
that's
jeopardy.
exhausting.
Oof, thank God he was the Hulk, because otherwise dude would have been dead. And then Dukes of Hazzard, I used to like. I had a crush on
Daisy?
Daisy,
Yeah.
yeah. I had a crush on Daisy, but they made a movie of that. I didn't see the movie.
Oh,
Oh,
Jessica
Jessica
Simpson
Simpson,
was
yeah.
in that.
I didn't see the movie.
I didn't either.
Night Stalker.
Night Stalker.
That was like a cheesy, really cool cheesy guy, like a reporter in Chicago, and he was not a great reporter, but he kept finding like occult things that happened in Chicago, like a mummy in the alleyway.
That's cool.
And so it was like all these crazy things were happening in Chicago, and I don't know, I just used to find it kind of goofy.
Yeah.
Would
But
any
I
of
love
those-
Twilight Zone. That's my
Yeah.
all time favorite.
Right. Would you make that into a movie? And who would
Twilight
be the
Zone.
lead?
Oh my goodness. I'd make a Twilight Zone movie for sure, but I would go, seriously world-class actor like Daniel Day-Lewis or something. See if I could convince him to do it.
That could actually happen.
Yeah. See, I think though.
It happened here. The genesis of it was here.
I mean, people will look for the full interview and be like,
we went from the subject of like,
Don't-
questionable farting to
Oh,
Daniel
yeah.
Day-Lewis. We've already gone so far.
Yes.
Where do we go from here?
Yeah.
No, I mean, I think so. Anthology series like that, I think that makes sense because otherwise you have this really long narrative and then you're trying to slam it into 2 hours. You know?
Yeah.
So I think that's why Twilight Zone would be really cool.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. But
Well, actually, in our mind, Wayward Pines, the TV show that I did, was very much influenced by the Twilight Zone series.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's that one done. I don't know if I can answer that
Oh, I'm
because
going?
I'm never going to make a movie.
Don't
Because
say that.
It seems really hard.
Don't say that. You have questionable social skills, but everyone has a chance.
See, I'm just gonna call this one the one where M. Night talks shit on Maud.
I'm not. It's
No,
advice.
you need to.
Now you've taken it like a
It's
champ.
tough love.
Oh, that was soft.
Just between. Anyway, I'll
You're
try.
going in?
That was
Yes.
soft.
We got Bradley Clayton who says, please ask about an Unbreakable sequel.
Hey,
Yeah.
Unbreakable sequel.
She did her job.
Hey.
Thanks. There you go.
Yeah, no, I get asked that every interview without fail, especially at Comic-Con, but all around the world. It's for me, most of my movies are original movies, and I kind of write based on where I'm at. And The Visit was it represents things that are interesting to me, and a subject, like a thematic subject that's important. Like maybe the audience won't understand it, but it's about forgiveness and justice to me. Sixth Sense about communication. And Unbreakable was not doing what you're supposed to be doing. Are you on the wrong track, and thereby everything is off balance for you?
like the Hulk.
A little bit.
Maybe that's what happened.
No, not really. But anyway, I'm just kidding. I'm giving you a hard
That's all right, I can take it.
You can take it. You got thick
But you don't want to see me angry, okay?
Exactly. And so it's hard for me to just kind of think of doing it as a sequel. It really kind of has to be thematically appropriate for as a writer to come from the right place. I don't want to get too artsy fartsy about it, but that otherwise it becomes mechanical. But I've been thinking about it a lot, and I think this is something about that idea of being a misfit and finding your fit is starting to resonate for me again.
I mean, so for that movie in particular, is it more interesting because it's kind of an origin story and you're not maybe as interested in the next thing because then it kind of is more fluid with a lot of the stuff that's already out there?
By the way, it's an incredibly perceptive way to say it. I might not even have thought of it the way you just said it, but I am a first act guy. And
Okay.
the cinema has moved into third act, right? As if you think of the three acts, like the setup and then the kind of the conflicts and then the big resolution. The third act has grown and grown and grown in movies to the point, like if you see a studio comic book movie, it's almost an entire third act.
Right.
And for me, I love the first act. I love setting up the characters and the tension and the possibility and what's going to happen. I don't even need to see what's going to happen. I just like setting up the tension and then walking away. And so Unbreakable is a first act. So that's a really, really actually interesting thing you said, and might actually help me to think about,
Perfect. I'm doing well because when I think of
By the way, I want to say it seems like I'm loving everything he's saying, and I don't love everything you're saying. That's not what I'm trying to convey.
I'm going to say something
You guys,
brilliant by the end of this
I
table
equally
talk.
love you both.
That's
I mean,
sweet.
well, no,
you're both the same to me.
The reason Unbreakable is interesting to me is like when I think of real life potential superhero things,
Yeah.
I think of Unbreakable and then Chronicle, because me as a person, I probably relate more to that because I think if I got superpowers, I'd be evil. Something would happen and I'd just be like, and snap. But that's why I dug the other side because you had Samuel L. Jackson,
Yeah.
and he kind of went in thinking that he was the good guy.
Yeah.
And like that was because no one wakes up thinking they're evil. So anyway, you can tell I kind of dug that one.
Thank you.
You say you get asked every single interview. Is that a compliment in itself?
Yeah, I mean it's a very sticky movie for people, and it kind of was before all the comic book movies, and so it was just a real kind of a grounded, like, let's pretend it's possible that comic books were based on something real. What would that reality be? Because in my mind, there is somebody out there whose bones are very, very strong. Tensile strength is incredible because there are people whose bones are very, very brittle. It's all about density and the makeup of the bone. But when we see like Thai boxers fighting and they're like kicking each other and and their bones. But I mean, our bones would shatter on the very first kick. But yet, so it's interesting to think about that. The person that doesn't get sick and doesn't buns weight, they wouldn't know it because it didn't happen.
He just works at Kinko's. He never tried. Doesn't know. I don't know.
What superpower would you have? I have to ask.
Oh,
Sorry.
what superpower would you have?
Yeah.
That I have?
Yeah.
God, I don't know. I probably. I like the whole Wolverine healing thing.
Yeah, that's
I like
self-healing.
that. I like the self-healing thing. It's cool.
What about the adamantium bone structure? So
I
just
could do without that part of it, but I like the whole that after something happens you heal. Philosophically, I like that.
Okay. I put a lot of thought into this question.
Okay.
Oh.
I am like all about. Everyone's like, flying would be so. No, it wouldn't. Flying would suck. And I think Chronicle covered that well. But it's just like you still got to get there. You still have to physically get up and fly around to get to a place, and it gets cold up there. So teleportation would be better. But is that still the best power? No. Jedi mind trick is mind manipulation, because then I could actually be like, that joke was funny. And you would laugh at the whistle okay? That's where power comes from.
Wow.
Yeah. But the ability to manipulate someone's mind, I think, is...
You love that.
It would just make life so convenient.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen those hypnotists that can,
I don't buy it. Someone tried to hypnotize me once, and I felt so sorry for him that it didn't work that I went along with it anyway. And I regret that.
So you think that's what the thing is?
Yes,
like
I
everyone
honestly
just goes
do.
along?
They do it with such
It's
conviction.
just
You're like,
pity.
sleep, be a chicken.
Just own it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, because then you're not being held responsible for anything you do for the next 5 minutes. It's kind of a get out of jail free card, unless you do something really bad.
I just don't know how the hypnotist thing started.
Why don't you go for this one? We're going out of order, but
oh my God, is there an order?
Like, who thought, wouldn't it be funny to just put someone under and then make them do stupid things for other people's entertainment? I mean, it's brilliant. Oh!
That was
your
pretty
turn
accurate.
again. Also, I almost stole your water.
Rooting for you.
These chairs are so loud, aren't they?
Oh my God. This is from Will Murphy,
Hi, Will.
whose Twitter handle is homotherapy.
Wow. So let's see what this is going to
I
be.
just thought that we should point that out. If you could be any of the characters, any of your movies, who would it be? That's
Wow.
I mean, we're talking about David Dunn. I mean, Unbreakable. That definitely came to mind. I liked Ivy from The Village.
Okay.
Bryce Dallas Howard's character. She's so fierce. Of course, she's blind, but she was kind of fierce and pure. Love that. Yeah, I think those would probably be the two. I mean, The Visit, the new movie, the kids are like versions of me.
The Visit just reminds me so much of like Hansel and Gretel in a way, where it's like you go somewhere which you think is going to be safe and delightful, in this instance grandmother's house.
Yeah.
But then it's like you never get to leave. I get so scared.
Oh,
in
you're
movies.
gonna love it.
I'm my own worst enemy. If there's anything that could be scary, I think the absolute worst in every scenario.
You should watch it. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it.
I
But now the
hear
two
good
kids,
things.
yeah, it's so fun, and the two sides of myself, how they would react. This kind of irreverent kid boy, and then the kind of wanting to believe in things, positive things, girl, and their two energies as they're dealing with all this darkness. By the way, both the kids are from Australia.
Oh.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Were
we
they
found
good?
them both in
Little
Australia.
tykes? Were they ankle biters? You have no idea what I'm talking about.
I had no idea. Did
That's
you?
alright.
I was like, I've heard that phrase, but not towards
That
children.
was our second pity giggle we did for her.
We're just like, oh, yeah, Maude. Ankle
There's
biters.
two of them.
Yeah.
Like,
That
I
classic.
did it not just to pity her because I thought you guys were in on something. So I
It's our inside joke.
so many things that I'm not in on. I thought that was just
This
another
is a
one.
bowl.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, it's a significant bowl. And even
Yeah.
just the choice of the setup, like the cameras are right in front of us, the table's quite high, this chair is quite low, and the bowl in front. It's all very strange, but it's great.
So obviously your characters, like you were saying, there are different parts of you. Is
Yes.
there any character from any of your movies that you identify with most, or it's all kind of just a
They're
scatter?
all versions of me at that time. That's why we were talking about the Unbreakable thing, and
Right.
how do you go back to be, you 15 years later
Right.
is weird. It's just inorganic.
Mm-hmm.
But all of them are the same. If Sixth Sense is, Malcolm is struggling between work and family.
Mm-hmm.
That's his primary issue, right? And finding only value in his work, you know. That was what I was going through, you know, that kind of thing. Unbreakable was like the burden I was feeling,
Right.
And responsibility and a sense of not am I doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing kind of thing, and signs about faith, and each one goes on, you know, like that. So they're all me, you know,
Right.
and expressions. And if they weren't, then I probably didn't do, you know, my job. I'm writing a news script right now, and you know, the subject of, you know, people that have been hurt or gone through something bad, have they actually gone to a higher level? Have they actually gone, like, you know, risen in some, you know, this kind of thing it's been on my mind.
Right.
And we look down on people that have been in a car accident or this, or go through something, but really are they the ones that are a little bit more evolved than us? And so that's the basis of the story. Now the plot is completely, you know, an outrageous, amazing thing, but that's really what the movie is about for me, and that's the thing I've been thinking about.
Yeah. So when you say like the finding value, anytime I meet someone here, I kind of just ask because there are so many creators. In your life, where do you feel like you get your like personal value, like your self-value? Like, I'm great today, or I'm crap today. I always ask because when you say like throwing yourself into your work, for the longest time, that's where I would always get my own personal worth, and I always find that to be kind of like great when it's great, and then it's like such a rocky, or like a base that you're not in control of. So I don't know.
Oh no, dude, what you're talking about is something I think about all the time. You know, I mean, I'm not sure this is the forum to be so philosophical, but I can go there. You know,
I love it.
You know, literally, I've thought about this subject a lot, and have come to the place of, you know, there are things that we have control over, and the universe wants us to put everything we have into that, and all the other stuff is in the universe's hands. And whenever we try to take control of that, it'll slap us in the face. And so I think like an example would be, if I'm a songwriter, I can concentrate on the craft of making a song, what it means to me, listening to it, getting why I love it, this and that, and getting better and better at that. Whether the world loves it or not is that's not my purview, that's the universe. But if I try to manipulate that and say, oh, I'm gonna make a pop song because people are gonna like that, then I'm actually getting into the universe's stuff, going, what I'm getting, and the basic philosophy, this is actually a Greek philosopher that promoted this, Epictetus, from way back, and he used to say that the universe wants you to evolve and grow, so it will continue to give you more and more opportunities if you're putting your energy in the right place. So in this example, if you're learning about songwriting, it's not that song is going to go out and necessarily become a big popular hit, but it will cause more and more opportunities for you to do this and develop more. Some other singer will listen to it and say, I want you to write a song for me. Or I want to do it, or you know what I mean? It will create the opportunity 3 years down the line for the thing that you needed. You don't worry about how the universe is going to play out to give you your opportunities to grow. And when we get sad and all that stuff, it's when we start putting our value system over there and saying, you know, do the people at Comic-Con love me? You know, if I start to go there, those fans love me, I'm feeling really good. Oh, that asshole said something, now I'm feeling bad. You can't, it's not like that. I came here with the visit, I put everything I had into it, and that's where my energy should be. And now move to the next movie, I put all my energy into that. And that's gotten me to be more or less this, like you, and I was doing what you're doing all the time, like that. And it's much more even, and it's empowering, actually. I don't know, did I get too philosophical?
I like that.
Authenticity. But like, authenticity to yourself. Yeah. So if there's something that you really want to do, then you bloody do it. But if someone's like, we like it, but you should maybe consider something else, and then you go, no.
Well,
that's not what I want to do.
Well, you just, you know, put your energy into, like, if your energy is in the right place in that example, when they say, hey, why don't you try this, you won't be frustrated, you won't be thinking, you know, I want to please them or any of that stuff. You'd say, does it feel right? Does that, you know, and sometimes it will and sometimes it won't. You would say no, sometimes you say yes, but you'd be coming from the right place. The energy would be going to the right place. You know what, you're making sense, because that's a better way for me to say the thing I was trying to say.
Has someone said, maybe try this, and you like, this doesn't feel right?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Should I try this puppy?
You've got this.
Uh-oh.
My goodness, this is the strangest, funnest show, by the way.
I'm glad.
A little bit more.
But you both were so gentle with this, and I was like,
because the longest time I just went too hard.
Oh!
I mixed something. Do I get points for the handle?
I'll give you a round.
I love near the end, Ricky's just gonna move it.
Yeah.
Move the
But
camera.
I got him.
Yeah.
I got him to flinch. That's definitely something.
That's something.
They did like one of these.
Wait, so whose turn is it? And yeah, before this, so you said you're throwing, everything you have into this, because this movie is self-funded, isn't it?
It is.
I was
Yeah.
reading that.
Yeah.
Is that kind of liberating and scary, or just one?
No, it's both. It's
Yeah.
definitely, but primarily liberating.
Good.
The scary part shouldn't be a part of it, because what happens is exactly what we just said.
Mm-hmm.
What will happen is not in my control.
Right.
Right. And so just make the best movie, and I will get another opportunity to do this. Whether this movie goes out in September
Mm-hmm.
and makes a ton of money or no money. I made a great movie, and I believe that someone will love it and say, and it will grow. I'll get
Mm-hmm.
another opportunity. You just, so it should be all great, all free.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah.
Love this one.
Oh.
Is it Yummy Gonzalez who says, what is it about old people that makes them inherently creepy? Looking forward to the visit.
Well, it's actually the truth. That's why I asked this exact question to myself, which is why if I put an old lady in a doorway, is that scary?
Yeah, I flinched.
Yeah, just staring at you. I don't have to do anything, and that scares you. Whereas that's not necessarily so for other people of other ages. And upon analyzing this question, it's a kind of about our fear of getting old. That's a primary thing, which is our mind deteriorates, our body deteriorates. They become like this aberration of us, and that's all a sub-conversation about our fear of death. So our fear of dying and what happens to us, at the end. And so they literally represent our mortality, and so it's creepy, it's disgusting, it's hilarious, and it's scary. And they're one of the few subjects that you can have humor and scared like tied together. And so the movie has that kind of, you're laughing and scared at the exact same time, which is a weird sensation.
Right.
Where you're terrified and laughing at the same time.
Do you think about death a lot?
Apparently I do for my movies, yeah. I guess because I feel very lucky, and I guess I outlet the kind of, what if this happened or what if that happened, is a way of dealing with anxiety in a productive way.
Is it morbid to ask, have you thought about how you're going to die?
Oh.
I've thought about it.
Well, I'm phobic of flying, so
Oh yeah.
That would be horrific.
yeah.
I think I'm
Do you
going to
just stare at the wing the entire time? You're just like, okay.
I'm on every little turbulent thing. I'm like, I'm gonna die. But in reality, one time I was with the pilot, and I was like, tell me something comforting, because I was upset, and the pilot said, no plane has ever crashed because of turbulence.
Oh, really?
And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then why am I terrified every
So
time?
is it
there's
like a plane sneezing at you?
It is. It's just error. It's nothing. But no plane has ever crashed without pilot error, this or that. So but yet still, when you feel a bump, you feel panic. But that's
It's that feeling of free fall. That is one of the
For
things I
me-
hate the most in the world.
it's
Yeah.
that
Feeling,
yeah.
that,
For me, it's just the being out of control.
Oh, that's
Right.
definitely there. I mean,
Right.
a lot of directors are phobic of flying, because we're basically essentially control freaks, because that's why we direct. I want you to wear this, I want you to sit like this, da, 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 and we control everything. And on the plane, you are completely to those people in there.
Yeah. Well, the main comforting thing was my uncle's an air traffic controller, and he was like, they're not really doing much. Like the pilots.
Do they push a button and it's kind of...
I mean, I don't want to talk down because they're able to do something amazing.
Yeah.
And thank you. But no.
There's a lot of buttons.
Yeah.
They do a lot of pushing.
Yeah, I've been with
You
a
don't
lot of
believe-
bad
You
drivers.
don't believe in ghosts, pilots, what else?
I don't believe in pilots.
I'm just-
I mean,
I'm paraphrasing.
I don't believe in anything. The only thing that matters is me. I don't know anything else. No, I don't know.
I think with that attitude, you're not going to die.
Ever?
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds miserable.
Really? Would
Yes.
you never want to be immortal?
No.
Okay.
Once again, if you give me any ability, whether it be $1 billion, I could live forever, superpowers, I end up being evil in every version of this. Because at some point you're just like, I've experienced everything.
I'm
Where do I go
bored.
from here?
Now I want to fuck with people.
Yeah. Otherwise, I'm a fantastically nice person, right? I love everyone around me, but I'm just saying.
I'd rather be socially awkward.
We don't know.
than evil.
If I gave you $1 billion, you might be, you might not be Bill Gates. You might not be like, let's help the world.
I wouldn't know what to do.
You might be like, let's just hunt humans for sport. You don't know.
Oh my goodness! That's an example
We've
that
never,
you've seen?
we've never seen that.
Good Lord. Well, anyway, thank you so much. Did you want to do one last attempt to land that bit of paper?
Did you guys take your shot? Did you try it? You tried
Yeah, I was the
it?
closest, but then you
No,
I
I
that
was the closest
you
a
nearly,
little bit.
But thank you so much for joining us
Thank
on
you,
this
guys.
special
It
edition
was-
of Table Talk right here at San Diego Comic-Con 2015. Really excited about the visit. September, you were saying that one, sir?
Yep, September 11th.
Yeah, and what is like one final thing that because you sound so proud of this movie, and that makes me so excited.
Yeah. You know, it's a unique movie-going experience. It was the whole idea was to create a sensation when you're in that theater with 300 people. It's non-duplicatable, and you have to be in there. It's meant for, like when we screened here at Comic-Con, and both screenings have gone to full-out frenzy, where the whole 300 people are all in full frenzy, and they're screaming and laughing and clapping and all of it all at once, and it's like you can't even hear yourself, and that's what we want. It's what I do for a living. There's a lot of ways to get content, and what I do for a living is I tell stories to a room of strangers together, and that's the experience. It's like like theater is an experience, and you go to a concert. This is what I do, and this particular movie is my favorite movie-going experience that I have been involved with. Signs was my earlier movie-going experience that was my favorite, and obviously there were moments in the others that were wonderful. But as a full movie, this is just a fun ride. You would want to go with a group of people. So.
All right, guys, if you've got friends, take them along. See the visit when it comes out in cinemas in September. Thank you so much for joining us here.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Catch you next time. Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye? Is that what you're doing?
Bye-bye.
I got a remote-controlled passenger car that I can ride in. It's for kids.
Whoa.
And it's really sweet. It looks like a race car. And that's still in the box. I haven't opened it.
Wait, and you can get in it and ride around in
Yeah.
it? And you still haven't opened that?
It's bigger than I am.
Mon and I are here at Defy, at the Smosh Studios, doing a special table talk with you guys because you guys have the Smosh movie coming out.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah!
Freaking crazy!
That's
It only took 10 years of making the YouTubes.